In this episode of BEA Conversations, we are speaking to Marine Debatte on the topic of women supporting women, particularly when it comes to fear and uncertainty of the future. And Marine has kindly agreed to join us today, only days before she flies out of Singapore. That's right, it's very sad that she's leaving us. But for those who are in the industry, we know that Marine has gone through quite a few changes recently, and today we are having a conversation all about change. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's been a lot of pieces coming up together, a lot of uncertainty, and for a planner there's been so many things that we are used to plan ahead and understanding what are the next programs happening, where are next holidays happening. As a French, it's been obviously so very important, and a mother as well. And we found ourselves in a situation a couple of weeks ago where none of that was possible anymore. Obviously holiday plans, yes, are cancelled, and programs a few months ago were also cancelled or postponed. And it's been difficult to navigate at the very beginning, all this uncertainty. And at some point it's just trying to find coping mechanism and understanding how am I going to live through this, how do I change and adapt and make sure that we come up for the better.
So walk us through what happened. We know that your previous company has made certain structure changes, and then that was a shock to you and your team.
Yeah.
Talk us through how you manage the emotions, because obviously you are the lead in that department, and obviously being a leader, often you will be expected to support others, but yet at the same time you are needing to support. So how do you manage that situation?
I would say it kind of came in different ways, because we had really our programs first who really obviously started being postponed or cancelled and so on and so forth, and then the big shock on our side and for the team in Singapore and in China. And it's been, I think what I've learned the most from this period is really to kind of embrace the process. And it's really similar to a kind of a romance breakup, when the other one will say it's not you, it's me, or it's a little bit the same. It's not us. It's just a situation that just demands different structural adaptations. And I think for me it was really about in a way embracing that mourning process, the fact that things were just not going to be the same again, but also focusing on what we built, which will never go away. The friendship that we have built, the relationship in Singapore and all over the region, the achievements that we've had, the awards, and so on and so forth. So this is something really that at the end of the day will never go away, and we're learning, all of us, because it's not just me, it's me and my team, it's me and my family. I mean, it's my whole world really turned upside down. Because it's never really just a job what we do, right? So it's a job, but it's also the region, it's also a passion that we fulfill, and this once again is not going away. So I think once again my biggest learning was really about just taking time to just cry it out, take it out, speak, and I communicated quite a bit with my network, with my mentors, with my friends, and that uplifted me so much. It was just actually a big surprise, really, to see how much people showed up. They were really here, listening, supporting, and it would be sending cupcakes, fruits, a message, anything really. And it was just, any attention was just very heartwarming and uplifting.
What was the one thing anyone in your network say to you that gave you that light of, oh, okay?
There is that quote actually that somebody sent me, and they say, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. And that's really the one that has guided me the most. And it's okay to again be sad that this is not gonna be the same again, but at the same time, nobody is ever gonna take away what we've achieved together. And that's the best thing, right? It's just cherish what we've had. Maybe cherish even more what we have, what we are able to have today, a conversation together in here with you guys. Being able to meet my team for lunch still tomorrow, and staying active in the industry and bouncing back. So,
was it hard asking for help?
It was. I didn't ask for a lot, but so many people offered that at some point you're like, you know what? Yeah, actually, for once, I'm just gonna let go a little bit of that so-called perfect image that you're trying to give, and just be real and say, I'm not doing great. I'm having a really hard time. This is a bad day for me. And I think in a way it actually got me so much closer to people, because this is what we're all going through. And then because I opened up, then people opened up in return and say, well, actually, you know, I understand how you're feeling because we have our General Assembly next week and I fear that my head is going to be on the chopping board on that one. So I hear you and I feel you. And that's been, again, you feel like you're not alone, you're in this community and we're all in this together. So it's that feeling of we're all in the same storm, we may not be on the same boats. Some are on little wooden ones, some others are on big ships, but at the end of the day, we're all just going to have to ride it out together.
We are in the midst of a lot of financial Q2 results release, and obviously the anticipation of more changes in the working environment. More people could be losing their jobs. So what does supporting women mean to you, and what advice would you give when one is trying to support another woman?
I think, you know, every little bit helps. That's really one thing that has been very striking for me recently. It can be, you know, a little card, a little note, a little message, a recommendation, just a conversation about how can I help you. And it can be also, you know, advising on the few people that I'm trying to help out or mentor, is to say, you gotta start thinking about yourself first, because there is also a number of people who still have their job and are extremely stressed about keeping it, making sure that they're still valuable and making a difference. And that's not way easier than not having a job. I mean, yes, you still have a little bit of a salary, but I think the pressure and the toll it can take on your health is also very important. And, you know, we're always thinking about the ones who lost the job, but I'm seeing a lot of people still in the job that suffer in a way a little bit more mentally.
Yeah,
it's very difficult. You know, and you have that bit of a survivor guilt as well, like, you know, my colleague was cut, but I'm still here. It's not very easy to manage for people. I've seen even, you know, clients making decisions like this before, and the people who stay are not the lucky ones always. Yeah. So for me, I see it now as an opportunity to bounce back, to do things differently, to, you know, find a new project and start something new all over again. And that's what I've always loved. So, you know, I'm ready for it.
Why is women supporting women powerful?
You know, I think it's definitely overdue. Personally, I've had harder times recruiting men than women, so I almost have the opposite issue. I think, you know, we need to stand up for each other. I'm a bit puzzled sometimes when I hear a woman say, oh, you know, if we do, you know, let's say a maternity leave that long for women, people will not hire women anymore. I'm like, where did that come from? You know, and the more we see this, I think the more society will progress, and we need a little bit more of community, with a little bit more of kindness and empathy. You and I talked about it a few weeks ago, to make the world a better place. If there's any lesson that we're hearing right now, is that we're stronger together, right? So that will be my biggest takeaway.
Well, thank you so much for your advice. On behalf of Singapore, we wish you and your family bon voyage. Congratulations on your recent wedding.
Thank you.
Such good news. I think to have such wonderful moments amongst very challenging time is a great reminder that we do lead good lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're smiling because it happened. Everything's great. Thank you, Elle.